For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, hello again. We're coming into the month of December, and lots of exciting things are happening all over the Blue Water area. And we've got a couple great groups here to tell you about their specific events this month. And let's begin with Pat Davis, the president of the Marine City Civic Women's Club.
Yes.
And you have a wonderful home tour that happens year after year. How many years has this been going on?
This actually will be our 24th tour.
24th.
And we would have more at this point, but back because of COVID in
Yep.
2020, that's the first one we did not have. So we're really excited this year because it's the first time that we're coming back and doing it live again. We did do a virtual back in 2020, and that so that people, they were expecting it.
Yeah.
And what's really fun about our home tour is it really stimulates and excites the people who go through it because they see all these wonderful decorations. They go home and they try to emulate the same one that they just saw. So it's a great way to start the holiday season.
It's right around the corner. It's Saturday, December the 9th.
That's correct.
From 5 till 9, and we'll talk about where you can get a ticket in a minute or two. But what happens with the profits?
Wonderful question. We maintain the river park that's right downtown Marine City. We call it the heart of Marine City.
Okay.
It's the one with the big blue arch.
Yep,
So
yep, okay.
that's our main goal, is to maintain that park. But we also contribute to scholarships and various charities here within Marine City.
So it's more than a garden club, it's a civic club.
That's correct. So we focus not only on maintaining the park, which is quite costly.
Oh, yeah.
We've done a lot of renovation. We have some further renovation coming up. During COVID, we had no income come in because we were limited. We couldn't do the tour. So what we had happen is we needed more benches downtown. If you go through Marine City on a hot summer day, that park is loaded
Yep.
because it's shaded and
Yep, yep.
people have their ice cream cones and
Yep.
desserts and they're sitting by the
Good
water.
old Todd.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we did is we said what we really need, our next focus was with benches. So
Okay.
we kindly had 2 benches that were donated. In fact, Terry's family, she donated in memory of her mom and dad.
Wonderful.
The Kleeman family
Yep.
and
My
the
mom.
Beatty family. So they donated a bench, and then Elma Bell was a long-standing member of the
Yep.
organization for years, and her family, Elma passed that year, and her family donated a bench in honor of her. So those 2 extra benches gave us that extra seating in the park.
And you lost a longtime member, Lucy.
Yeah, our Lou Wegmeyer, she was president of the organization, very, very well-spoken and just a hard worker
Wonderful
with
lady.
the club.
Wonderful.
Yep,
I
and
always
she
enjoyed
passed
that
last year.
interview.
Yeah, so she
Enjoyed that.
passed, and that's why we're here today.
Great, great. And Terry Beatty, nice to see you. Welcome
to see
the
you.
Focus Show.
Thank you.
And Nancy Molnar, nice to see you.
Thank
Welcome. Pat's a tough boss, I know.
Yeah, she's a taskmaster. Taskmaster.
So let's start out, and if Troy will put up the slide number 1 there, you can talk about the Davis house.
Now, the Davis house, I'm going to jump in on that one
Yep.
because that happens to be my son. And we're very excited to be on the tour. They wanted to do it in 2020. However, because of COVID, we didn't. So the house was, it was fun to watch it right from their conception. It's a custom designed home by Troy and Michelle Davis, and it's over 3,400 square feet. And what's really stimulating about it, you walk in, they have 2 beautiful stone fireplaces.
2.
7 Christmas trees. And my daughter-in-law has a collection of Barbie every dolls for the last 30 years. So those are all some of the unique items
Yeah.
on display. Michelle is a school teacher with the East China School District and very in tune to children decorating the holiday and the spirit of Christmas. So it's
That's
very
cool.
warm, and I'm especially excited for them to go into the basement, which I even hate to call it a basement area.
Lower
because
level.
The lower level. because they have they did it themselves, and there's this beautiful bar down there, and my son gets to travel, and as a family they travel a lot, so they have a whole display of all these unusual liquors and so on.
Oh.
They boat, so one of the walls in one section with the pool table and the games, it's all a boating thing. They also snowmobile, and we're really Arctic Cat riders forever. So there's Arctic Cat decoration, but what he's really excited about is he designed the sauna. He's an engineer with Chrysler, or Stellantis. So
I call it Chrysler.
yeah, that's what we were just talking about on the way here.
We
So
still call it Chrysler,
yeah,
too.
as an engineer, he always wanted a sauna, and this room with the shower, it's beautiful. So he's excited, Michelle's excited, so that's going to be a beautiful home. It's a must-see to come on
Now,
that
when you
tour.
come to these homes, do you have to take your shoes off?
Thank you for asking that. There are some homes that'll say, no, that's okay, but we do encourage all of the people when they come. A lot of our experienced visitors, they'll bring slippers with them.
Oh, okay.
If they don't, we do have those hospital booties that
Oh,
they
okay.
can put on.
Okay.
But out of the respect for the homeowner, even if they say, no, that's okay, we do like to protect our shoes. A lot of them will bring just a bag with them, carry their shoes, and then go through either in their socks or slippers and to go through the home.
Good.
But I appreciate you asking that.
And it's the Christmas theme in each home.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
All right, number 2. What do we got in number 2? Who's that?
Oh, Stockwell House, that's mine too.
Oh,
Yay.
you're cornering the whole thing.
Yeah, well, no,
Mine?
just 2 out of the
Right.
few. So, as Judy Stockwell is the current owner of the home. She and her husband Steve many years ago purchased it, and as she was telling us when we went through the home to analyze it for the tour and the walking pattern, she said everybody thought we were nuts because we were looking at it and there was all this water and ducks in the yard. She lives right on the St. Clair River, across from where the little grocery was.
Okay, yeah.
So, in fact, when it comes to parking, because the little grocery is closed now since their fire, they're welcome to use they
Park
have a
there.
big circular drive,
Yep.
but you can also park across the street into the little groceries parking lot.
Okay.
And Judy's house, what makes her so unique, first of all, it's a dream she always had. Her husband Steve passed away, the original owner with her. But then her second husband, he was a carpenter, and they put on a beautiful addition upstairs, bedroom and bath, beautiful view of the St. Clair River. And then Judy really appreciates history and antiques, and Berners has always been intriguing for me. I used to be representative at the Detroit News and Free Press, so I did this big thing on Berners, so they've always been special. Well, she's got this huge original Berners barrel, and just how she uses it within the household, and a lot of it's like going on a little museum tour. A lot of interesting items. And then when you go up her stairway, this entire huge wall has all these historical pictures of places and events in Detroit.
Wow.
So it's a very, very interesting home. And Judy loves taking people through. We just felt like we were on a tour and,
Yeah.
and had a lot of interesting
Good.
stories.
So that's the Stockwell home.
That's correct.
All right, and number 3. Who's got number 3?
I do.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Okay, it's the Over the Toe Kick, and it's located in Marine City. And the owner is Claudia Malcolm. Malcolm. And actually, they sell cabinetry for kitchens.
Beautiful store.
Beautiful store, yes. And Claudia has the first floor all decorated.
Yep.
And the second floor is 2 Airbnbs. And they're also
There's 2 Airbnb.
2 Airbnb, yep. And they have Claudia decorated those 2. And that's what I'll be hosting on the second floor. And I'm not sure who's doing the first floor, I don't know.
And I just mentioned we went on a trip to Connecticut over Thanksgiving, and we went to an Airbnb, and it worked out wonderful. So that would be a great view from those
It is.
Airbnbs above the toe kick.
Yep. Yes, Claudia, in her write-up, she says there's a straight view right onto the river. And I did find out a little bit of history about the building. The building was originally built by Win Westrick's grandparents. And they were George and Gladys Peltier.
Peltier.
Is that how you okay? And at that time it was a restaurant.
Oh.
And then actually another interesting thing, I think it's in the 70s and 80s. My grandmother then owned it.
Oh,
And then it got sold to, I'm not sure who bought it after that, but it's in a perfect location.
yeah.
The parking's great because there's parking right across the street in
Right.
Broadway Park. So I'm excited about showing up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, wonderful. All right. Now number 4.
That would be me. That's the Pride and Heritage Museum, which is a city-owned building in Marine City. It was built in 1847 as a school for Emily Ward by her brother, and it was
Boy, the
moved.
Ward name is just all over
Yeah,
Marine City.
it is. It was moved there in 1870 to be the Marine City Village Hall. So since that time, it had been, it had served as a library when I was a child, I remember that. And once the library was moved to a new building, the Community Pride and Heritage Group asked if they could take the building as a museum, create a museum out
And
of
they've
it.
done a wonderful job. I've
Beautiful
been in it many
job.
times.
Yeah,
and
it's really
It's very
fun.
unique. A lot
It
of
is.
really great stuff
It
in
is
there.
very fun. So there's a lot of civic and a lot of city things that are very city themed, a lot of nautical theme, a lot of ships, shipbuilding, things like that. We've got a lovely diorama, and that's what we, that's what we love about it. It's
So the
just
home
got a
tour
lot
is
of
coming
things.
up Saturday, December the 9th from 5 until 9. We'll get into tickets in a minute, but what's the next house?
The next one is the Hill Home, and that is also
Number 5.
That one is on Plank Road out in Cottreville Township. And that was a newer home. It was built in 1980 with 3 bedrooms, it said, and 2 bathrooms. And then over time, they purchased additional property and they built an addition to the upstairs. They added a second story. 4 additional bedrooms and,
Wow.
and 1 bathroom. And then
Big
they've
family.
done, yes, and they've done some modifications over the years to create a home office and for additional living space. And according to their note, it said they also did a major renovation in 2022, including the kitchen and the master bath. So we're kind of looking forward to seeing their family gathering spot
Yeah.
that they love.
Number 6. What's that
Number
one?
6, that's the Dunn Home. And that is actually owned by a member of our club. Her name is Marilyn Dunn. And she
Very active
Yeah, oh
person.
yeah, Marilyn's very active. She lives in Clay Township, and her home, what's unique about her home is she's on the canal, and she has a beautiful view of the river, and she can also see freighters go by. She's located, is it across from Wapuu Island? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And supposedly there's something very special in her garage that everybody should check out, but she wouldn't tell me what it was.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Can't even give you a hint because I don't
That's
know.
fun. That's
I don't
fun.
know. So
That's
there's
worth
something
the-
very.
as they say,
I'm pretty
worth
sure
the
that
worth
yeah.
the price of admission.
Yeah.
And her home was also recently totally redone, so she's pretty excited. Marilyn's pretty excited too.
All right, let's talk about where we get tickets.
Well, through the generosity of many of our merchants in town, tickets are available at Vera Grace, the Sweet Tooth, the Riviera, Codwin Jewelers in St. Clair, the Marketplace, Pride and Heritage Museum, and those will be available the night of the event. Some people that come at the last minute, that's when
Oh, okay.
because the stores by then, a lot of them are sold out.
Yeah.
But we encourage people to go as soon as they can. And Parkside Printing in the Marysville Port Huron area, they graciously donate our tickets for us, the production of them. And so I'd like to thank them publicly, but they do have them there available for sale.
And your ticket is quite unique. It's a fold-out, and it has the listings of all the houses in it, and it shows everything. And there we go. He zooms in there. Oop, I'll hold it straight. And even a little map on how to get around and which house to go to. But it's a cute little flyer, and that is your ticket.
That's the
Yep.
ticket. And we have the addresses there for each home, so if you GPS it, it'll help you get there. And the map is quite accurate. It's not quite to scale because Maryland is, we have my son's house first. He's the furthest house north, which is just on Bell River, a half a mile west of King Road. So he's the furthest north, Maryland is the furthest south.
Right.
But other than that, they're all really, quite close together with it. And we try to do that when we're planning this, so people aren't going, all
Right.
over the place.
So this is the 24th year.
Yes.
Amazing.
24
Amazing.
years, and in that period of time, we've had hundreds of homes that have been donated.
Yep.
This was always our biggest fundraiser, and now we do have a wine tasting event that we do at the Fish Company in August.
Okay.
It's the last Monday of August. So the two of them together have really helped us where we can invest in expensive items down there at the park. Like the berm is our target this year, and Marine City Nursery is going to be helping us with that, and that's quite a large price tag when we redo that.
Are you looking for more volunteers and members? And how do you do that?
Thank you for asking. Yes. When somebody says, well, how do I join the Civic Women? And the only requirement I have is you got to love Marine City.
That's simple.
It's volunteer,
Yep.
and if you love it, and we have women that have joined because they love to garden. We have people, and you don't have to be born and raised. Fortunately, the three of us were all born and raised here in Marine City, but we do have members that have maybe been resident for just, 10 years, 5 years, whatever, but they love Marine City. So that's the kind of enthusiasm that we like. You can contact any of the names that are on the tickets. We do have a Facebook page that they can go to, and there's contact information there.
There, I think it's up on the screen now. He's
Yes,
got the
great.
Facebook page up.
Great.
And it's the Marine City Civic Women's, I always want to change the name.
Women's Civic Club.
To League or something, but
Yeah.
it's the Civic Women's Club. So.
Yes, we are a 501c3, so donations, can be tax deductible.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, Pat, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Ladies, very
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you. You're
Thank
welcome
you.
back anytime.
Okay, well, thank you.
And have great success.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Port Huron Little Theater is got a big play, the Christmas Story, a musical, the musical. We'll talk about that next. Well, it's a Christmas season is around the corner, as we said at the top of the show, and there are some wonderful things happening in the Blue Water area, up and down the river, and the Port Huron Civic Theater has got a great play, which is called A Christmas Story, the Musical. We want to welcome back Mr. Noah Phelan. Nice to see you.
Thanks.
A returning guest to the Focus set. And you got your shirt on, A Christmas Story, and you got the dates on there, December 8th through 10th, 2023. Where is the performance going to be?
It's going to be at McMorran Theater.
At McMorran. Beautiful stage. Big house.
Yeah.
Lots of big people. Joining you today is Emily Hoth.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. And you're going to play his mother.
Yes.
Because Noah is Ralphie Parker with the glasses, the horn-rimmed glasses. If anybody's got the Voice newspaper, they can look at the picture of you on the in the picture in the paper here and read the whole story.
Yep.
Cute story. And down on the end, Andrew Corr. Nice to meet you.
Yep.
Welcome to the Focus set. Talk to me about the play.
Well, it's just like the movie. It's the classic story of 9-year-old Ralphie trying to do anything he can to get a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas.
Yep.
And all the hijinks that kind of go with it, and all of the crazy family stuff that kind of
It was wonderful. It was a wonderful movie.
Yeah.
Wonderful one. And how many? It's been a play for all the time too. I measure.
This one, they turned it into a musical actually. So it's the same story, but I think it was in 2012 that they turned it into a musical, and the music is great. So it's kind of intertwined in the story.
How many songs?
A lot. I don't know how many off the top of my head, but there are a lot. There's some really fun numbers in it.
Okay. And is there a bunch of dancing?
Yes, there is.
Are you a dancer?
Yeah, I am.
We have tap numbers. We have dance with the leg lamp, and so we have a kick line for that. There's so many different variations. There's a Western number, so it's somebody, anybody's going to get something out of it basically when they come. So
Review
Yes.
with me again the leg. What's the story on the
So
leg?
the dad is obsessed with doing these crossword puzzles, and he makes it far enough that he wins a major award, and he's super excited because it comes as a leg lamp. And everybody else well, mostly the mother thinks it's horrible and the worst thing ever, but I treat it like it's $1 million. So.
And that makes it, and you don't like it.
Correct. Yeah, she is not a fan of the leg lamp.
Talk to me about your theater experiences. Have you done some other things with Port Huron Civic Theater?
Yeah. Actually, I've been with Port Huron Civic Theater ever since I was a kid. I've done shows there, and I also work at the Riverbank, now Thumb Coast
do you?
Theaters. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've done some shows there as well. So
Well,
it's
there's so
exciting.
many opportunities now that,
Yes.
that it's wonderful.
Yep,
Up and
there's
down
so
the
much
river.
theater in the area.
And the Riverbank Theater is a beautiful venue, and you can't beat McMorran. So
Yeah.
that's beautiful too.
Love the McMorran
How about
stage.
yourself?
I started back with Port Huron Civic Theater, like 2011, and then I went away to school. And I think 2018, actually, Emily and I, we were in Annie that Port Huron Civic Theater did.
Yeah.
So we got to do that, and I've kind of been with them since. I'm on the board of directors now, and I can't get away, apparently. So
And Mr. Phelan is sitting over here on the side. He's involved as the director this year.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
He's been wonderful to work with.
well, you got to say that.
Yeah.
Well,
You gotta
he really
say
has
that.
been. It's been great.
It's been very
So how many
organized.
plays have you been in?
This will be my 15th
Your
show.
15th show?
15th show with Port Huron Civic Theater.
Wow.
Yeah,
Have you done anything at Riverbank too?
I have. I've done a few shows there.
Do you ever go to school?
Yeah.
And what grade are you in, by the way?
I'm in 7th grade
Seventh.
at Marysville Middle School.
Marysville Middle School?
Mhm.
Well, good for you. And I think your theater is in your future. So, okay, let's talk about tickets and dates. You got December the 8th to
Yep.
the 10th
So
at McMorran.
Yep. So Friday, December 8th, it'll be at 7 o'clock. Saturday, we have a 2 o'clock and a 7 o'clock show.
Oh, good.
And then Sunday, we have a 2 o'clock show. And you can get tickets at mcmorran.com.
And obviously, it's a family-friendly show.
Absolutely.
And okay, what's coming up next for Port Huron Civic Theater?
So coming up next, we have a Black Tie Gala coming in, when is that, February. It's a way to raise money. We started it last year, and it's a big hit. And then we have Beauty and the Beast Jr. in March. And then our spring show is Rock of Ages.
Oh, okay. But this one here is a fun one. And it is a family one, so everybody should. I mean, and you can get 1,000 people in there, can't you?
A little bit over,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, so it's something for everybody. And yeah, we just hope you come out and see this hilarious and heartwarming holiday classic.
does Mom have a good role?
Yes, it's so fun. You get to see the nurturing side, but also kind of the stern side sometimes. And
Yeah.
it's so much fun to play, and she's got some really good songs too. So I'm enjoying it.
Well, that's your invitation, ladies and gentlemen, to come to Port Huron Civic Theater the 8th through the 10th, and tickets are available at the McMorran box office. Have we missed anything?
No, just get them online because that's probably the easiest, and they're going real quick. So
Good,
get on
good.
it.
Good, that's what you want. So,
Yeah.
okay. Any final thoughts, Mr. Phelan? What's your next play after this?
My next show is going to be Beauty and the Beast Jr. with Port Huron Civic.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what role will you play?
I'm going to be playing Monsieur d'Arc in that show.
You're a very active guy. Thanks for coming. Good
Thank
seeing
you.
Merry Christmas.
Good seeing you
To
too.
the Christmas
Merry
drive.
Christmas.
That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.